Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, October 5th. Just wanted to reach out to you before you got into this weekend. The fall is here and it feels awesome outside. But as you can tell, the weather's changing. Well, you know what? So is the market just a little bit. So what does that mean for you? If you're a buyer, I want you to consider this time of the season to consider to buy. Inventory is up over 30% and sales are down. So as a buyer, now's the time. There's less competition. And before interest rates go up any higher, I want you to get out there. I've got my guy Sam here to talk a little bit about interest rates and what's going on and what does it look like if you decided to maybe wait till the spring.
Well, I would highly recommend not waiting. I have a client that waited, kept putting it off, and rates just jumped up, as you may have heard in the market, dramatically. And he was a first-time home buyer, and he waited a little bit longer. Well, he just lost $15,000 of purchase power.
Oh.
So he was up to $385, and now he's down to $370. $100 difference.
Wow.
But the rate jumped up a quarter. He's lost out now. It's a big difference in what square footage and what they want, him and his wife and their kids. Because he waited, he's now lost $15,000. In addition, I mean, you can speak to this, but if he's going to wait till spring, if anyone waits till spring, you can talk about how the spring market is when we see the appreciation of values of homes. That $385, that could be $400,000. So he could already had roughly $15,000 of equity had he just pulled the trigger, but he just felt, whatever reason, didn't want to pull the trigger. Now, of course, he's regretting it because he waited.
Yeah, so not only has he lost $10,000 in purchase price,
right,
but the home he wants is going to cost another 3% more, another $15,000 more because
right,
he thought about maybe I should wait to the spring. So the Fed's just hiked the rates. We're looking at around 5 right now. Is there any forecast that we're going to see interest rates continue to rise the rest of this year or at all the beginning of next year?
Both. So the Feds have already said they're planning on raising rates another quarter in December.
Oh.
And they're projecting probably 3 more rate hikes in 2019. If we just stay on track with the economy, as they let it grow, that's the projection. Could be more, could be less, but right now, bank on 3. I mean, you're going to, long-term rates of 30-year mortgage, 5.5, maybe higher.
Yeah. So basically, just to say, if you're thinking of buying, if you're ready to buy, let's not wait for the spring where you could be paying 5.5, 5 3/4. Where now we could get you locked in at around, what do you think, 5 or
5, 5 1/4.
5, 5 1/4.
That 1/4%, like we just talked about, makes a big difference. There's less competition. So again, this is your world, but less buyers means less competition means buyers have a little bit more of a competitive edge to negotiate with the sellers.
Yeah, so instead of waiting 6 months and maybe losing $30,000 in spending between interest rates and appreciation, get out there now. There's no competition. There's not the same amount of buyer bidding the price up. Now's the time to shop, find your home, and get it for what you want. So if you have any questions, like always, call me, 720-985-8975, and let me introduce you to my friend Sam to make sure and get you ready to be pre-qualified before we go out there. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.